here on YouTube.com, as well as the IHSAA Champions Network here from beautiful Raider Field in Selma, Indiana. Here's we have Indiana High School girls softball coming your way here this evening as we welcome in the 1A number 10 Tri-Titans coming into this evening's ball game at 2-1 on the season. Wapahani currently 0-4, looking for victory number 1 of this 2026 campaign right here tonight. As we'll get right into things here again, as always, I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Here with our Raiders Live pregame show presented by Sam Pierce Chevrolet, a proud sponsor of the WHS Network. So, again, it's been a little while, right around a week, just a touch over a week since we last broadcast a softball game, and that was the Hagerstown game last week. In which, unfortunately, the Raiders came out on the losing end that time around. We've had some tough losses. These girls have continued to get better, and hopefully, things will start trending in the right direction. Hopefully, games will be even that much more competitive, and start winning. That's the whole reason you play. You don't play to lose. You play to win games, but you also play to get better, too. And I think that, as long as these girls continue to make strides in the right direction, then those victories will come in our direction. So hopefully tonight will be that instance, and we'll get things all kind of, tied in here together, going right here in the same direction and find a way to win here. And not only that, but defend our home field. It's a big deal. To get a victory, but especially to win at home is extremely important. So, these girls I know they've put in the work. Head coach Tom Noble and his coaching staff work real hard with these girls to put them in the best position possible to win every time out there, and they get better each and every single day. And so we'll see if the Lady Raiders reap the fruits of their labor here tonight from beautiful Raider Field on a wonderful evening here at the ballpark. So please stay right here with us. We'll have tonight's starting lineups as well as the national anthem and much more coming your way here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, folks, welcome back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network here on YouTube.com, as well as the IHSAA Champions Network. We're just about set for tonight's starting lineups and the national anthem and first pitch here from beautiful Raider Field. Again, a wonderful and truly beautiful evening we have out here. Again, we are getting started a little bit later than what we was hoping for. We was originally scheduled to start this game at 5 o'clock, and here we are, probably going to be closer to 5:30. All right, so now we'll go ahead and take a look here at tonight's starting lineups. First for the visiting team here this evening, the 2-1 Tri-Titans. Again, tonight's starting lineups presented here by the Liberty Perry Alumni Association. And so this is what it looks like here for the Titans. Leading off and catching, number 21, Lila Williams. Batting second, the shortstop, number 4, Macy Ballard. Batting third and pitching, number 14, Avery Dungan. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 3, Rylan Matthews. Batting fifth, playing second base, number 17, Faith McCroby. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 28, Jaden Dunaway. Batting seventh, right fielder, number 2, Ava Hankins. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 1, Grace Richardson. She'll be hitting for the left fielder, number 18, Jesse Hamilton. And then batting ninth, playing center field, number 12, Ava Griffin. Again, the Tri-Titans are coached by Brett Mann. So again, that is the lineup there for the visiting team here tonight, the Tri-Titans. Now we'll take a look here at your home Wapahani Lady Raiders here tonight with our Liberty Perry Alumni Association starting lineup here for Wapahani. Again, leading off and playing shortstop, number 10, Taylor Weller. Batting second and playing third base, number 3, Kendall Smith. Batting third and pitching for the Lady Raiders, number 1, Zoe Koger. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 56, Sydney Tomey. Batting fifth and playing center field, number 4, Claire Merle. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 15, Lily Kirkland. Batting seventh and catching, number 23, Lindy Lovegrove. Batting eighth and playing right field, number 2, Kendall Carpenter. And batting ninth and playing second base, number 22, Lila Chambers. Again, your Raiders are coached by Tom Noble, assisted by Tyler Parks and Ashton Painter. So again, that is our Liberty Perry Alumni Association starting lineups here this evening. We'll go ahead and take a quick pause here for tonight's national anthem, and we'll be back with tonight's first pitch coming up here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field, and gone! Quentin James. It's Kayla Harold for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch gets her swinging for strike 3. A job well done by Zoe Koger getting the strikeout. All right, folks, welcome back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network, as we're just about set for the first pitch here tonight. Again, we do want to thank and recognize our umpires here this evening. Mr. Robert Voss, Mr. Craig Owens are our umpires here this evening, so we appreciate them for being here tonight. Again, without them, we can't play. So we sure do appreciate them here this evening. But, yeah, great night to be out here. Like I said, truly a wonderful and beautiful evening here at the ballpark. We was initially expecting potentially some rain here tonight, but that looks like that potentially will happen later on this evening. So hopefully we shouldn't have that to worry about here tonight from Raider Field. But Tri coming into the ball game, 2-1 on the season. Wapahani at 0-4. The Raiders looking to defend their home field and get their first victory of this 2026 softball season. So looking forward to this one here tonight. We hope all of you are as well as we get locked in and get ready for another wonderful evening of Lady Raider softball here on the WHS Network, as that first pitch will be fouled off. 0-1 the count as we get tonight's game underway here at 5:24 p.m. here on this Wednesday, April the 15th of 2026. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. The 0-1 pitch, that will miss upstairs there for ball one. So the count here at 1 ball and a strike on the catcher, number 21, Lila Williams, here for the Tri-Titans. Koger rocks back. The pitch popped up. Foul ground on the first base side. And Sydney Tomey with the snag right there for out number 1. Nicely done there by Sydney. So a foul out there to the first baseman for out number 1, and that will bring to the plate the shortstop, number 4, Macy Ballard. So Ballard stands in. Lovegrove gives Koger the signs behind the rack, or behind the dish rather, and that one will be in there for, I'm assuming that was a ball. 1-0 the count. Here's the 1-0. That will catch the outside corner to even this count at a ball and a strike. 1-1 count here on Ballard. Here's the windup and a pitch. Popped up there in the left center field. Nice hands right there. And great recognition there by Kirkland right off the bat, knowing exactly where she's got to get to right there. Got over there in the left center field and made the catch for the second out here of the inning. So with 2 down, nobody on, we'll have the pitcher, number 14, Avery Dungan, now stepping in. Koger here with a windup, the pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 to begin things here on Avery Dungan. Again, she's opposing Koger here tonight as the starting pitcher here for the Tri-Titans. And I'm not quite sure where that one missed. That looked pretty good, but must have been low right there for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. The pitch socked down the left field line, but well foul and out of play. So the count now, 1 ball and 2 strikes here on the pitcher, number 14, Avery Dungan, here for Tri. Again, Koger's retired the first 2 batters. A foul out to the first baseman by Williams. And Ballard there with a fly out to left field. And that will miss low for ball 2. Really good placement right there from Koger, though. And if you're going to miss, that's where you want to miss that right here. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball here, the shortstop. Weller on the first. And in time, and that will do it here for the first inning. Nice play there by Weller. Great play by everybody defensively, and great shutdown inning there for Coger and the Lady Raiders. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. So we'll head here to the home half, the first. Scoreless here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
At Selma, we believe play should include everyone. Inclusion isn't just about being there, it's about being able to join in.
Every child deserves to play.
Hi, my name is Katie McDonald, and I'm a board-certified behavior analyst that specializes in children with autism spectrum disorder. By supporting this project, you are helping turn inclusion into action, which will create a space where every child can play, learn, and belong, because access to play should never be a privilege.
It's Brittany Mills, and I'm a first grade teacher at Selma Elementary. I'm also the parent of a preschooler here at Selma. My daughter Hattie has cerebral palsy and uses a wheelchair. Unfortunately, most playgrounds weren't built for children like Hattie.
This playground isn't just for students with disabilities.
It's for siblings, classmates, neighbors, and everyone.
A place where kids practice kindness,
Build friendships,
and learn that differences make us stronger.
Every child deserves a place to play, grow, and belong. Help us build a fully inclusive playground where abilities don't limit friendships or fun. Please donate today at patronicity.com/accessforall.
Thank you for helping everyone.
All right, welcome back here to Raider Field. Again, tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Kara J. Wolf, DDSPC, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. Again, here's we head to the bottom half of the first inning. We're going to lead things off here tonight here for the Lady Raiders with the freshman shortstop, number 10, Taylor Weller. So tonight's first pitch here from the Titans, that is number 14, Avery Dungan, in there for ball one. There's the 1-0. That will also miss low and inside. So a great position to be in here if you're Weller. Here's the 2-0 pitch here from Dungan. In there for a called strike. Here's the 2-1. And that's going to be skied over here at the first base side out of play to even the count up here at 2-2. Following Weller, we have Kendall Smith and Zoe Coger. Here's the 2-2. That's going to miss upstairs for ball three. So a full count now, 3-2. Here to our Lady Raider leadoff hitter, Taylor Weller. There's the payoff. And that's going to be lined into right field, and that will be a leadoff single here for Taylor Weller. Fine piece of hitting. Truly a great at-bat right there. I mean, you would take that at-bat no matter who that is in the order, but especially your leadoff hitter, really making the pitcher work. That's a job well done right there by freshman shortstop Taylor Weller. So Taylor down at first, third baseman, also a freshman, number 3, Kendall Smith at the plate. And a pitch. That's up and out of the zone. 1-0 the count to begin things here on Kendall Smith. Again, Taylor's got some good wheels over there at first base. We'll see if or how much that could play an impact here in this inning. So 1 ball and a strike here on Smith. Dungan will get her signs. The windup and the pitch. That's going to miss a low and away. So the count stands in here at 2 balls and a strike. Swung on and come up empty that time around. So that will even the count here at 2-2. Took a good hack at it right here. Hopefully we can find some open real estate out there. And Smith will foul that one off. So the count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dungan with the delivery. Another one fouled back here to the backstop. So Smith battling here. This will be now the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Again, Weller had a very lengthy and productive first plate appearance as well. The 2-2 gets her swinging for strike 3. Again, went up and out of the zone right there, and unfortunately Smith will chase that one for the strikeout for out number 1 of the inning. And now we'll have the pitcher number 1, Zoe Koger, step in. So Koger looking to help herself out right here. That one fouled off here to the backstop area. Nothing in 1 the count. Again, as I've already mentioned, Weller down at first base with good speed. So if we're able to find a way to hit the ball into the gap right here, more than likely she will be able to score from first. Here's the 0-1. That pitch high and in. Ball and a strike here on Koger. Sydney Tomey waiting on deck. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. The throw down to second will not be in time. So that will be a stolen base there for Taylor Weller to get into scoring position.
Number 10, steal second base.
Here's the 1-2. Upstairs for ball 2. Good job there by Koger. Again, laying off of that one. That was pretty much about the same exact location as Smith went down on strikes. That pitch will miss outside, so another golden opportunity right here. Again, now full 3 balls and 2 strikes already. The second batter here of this inning. Let's work the count to full. And Koger, unfortunately, will come up empty. So back-to-back big strikeouts here for Avery Dungan. And so now that will bring to the plate the first baseman, number 56, Sydney Tomey. Again, a young lady out there in scoring position there in Taylor Weller. That will miss inside and darn near hit Tomey on the way in right there. So 1-0 the count. Following her, Claire Merle. And hopefully we can get a little bit further in that here in this bottom half of the first inning. Here's the 1-0 offering. Swung on and fouled off there to the backstop area. Even things up here at 1 ball and 1 strike. And now for the 1-2 pitch. That will miss there for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Weller at second with 2 away. Popped up, foul ground there on the first base side, and that will get out of play. So again, still another great at bat. I mean, I know the last 2 at bats haven't fared, as what just basically what the girls would have wanted right there. But unfortunately, those kinds of things happens. But they're working the count right here. Slow roller. The throw to first will be in time. Nice scoop right there by the first baseman, and that will do it here for the home half of the first inning. But Did get a base runner aboard after a leadoff hit, a stolen base. Unfortunately, nothing will come of it. No runs on a hit, no errors, and one left. To the top of the second we go, scoreless after one. All right, folks, welcome back here with our Alfred Rods and Customs game break. We are scoreless after one inning of play as we begin the second inning. We will lead things off here with the first base, number 3, Ryland Matthews. Quickly 0-1 after that pitch was fouled back and out of play. Getting a clean inning of work there in the first. There from Koger, and hoping for much of the same here in inning number 2 as well. So no balls and 2 strikes here on Ryland Matthews. We have 4, 5, 6 hitters due up here in the visiting half of the second inning for the Tri-Titans. And they said that she did not go on the swing. Here's the 1-2. And strike 3. Pulled the chainsaw. Heck of a nice looking pitch right there from Zoe Koger. That's her first strikeout here of the night. Gets Matthews looking. So with 1 down, that will bring up the second baseman, number 17, Faith McCroby. That pitch misses inside. Want to know the count? Koger rocks back the pitch. And that's going to be a deep fly ball left center field and gone. So Faith McCroby with a solo shot to put the Tri-Titans on the board with one mighty swing of the bat. So the solo homer gives Tri a 1-0 lead. And that will bring up the third baseman, number 28, Jaden Dunaway.
Next up to bat, number 28, Jaden Dunaway, third baseman.
That pitch low for ball 1 again. Right here, if you're Koger, you got to put that in a rearview mirror right there. It is what it is, just well-struck ball. And sometimes you just got to tip your cap to your opponent. But you got to get right back at it and hopefully get these next 2 outs and get your teammates back in here to hit, and hopefully we can put some runs up on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike the count here on Dunaway. Following her will be the right fielder, Ava Hankins. That pitch called strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on. The pitch. And pull the chainsaw again for strike 3. Second strikeout of the inning. Both have been looking so far. So with 2 down, that brings up the right fielder, number 2, Ava Hankins. So 0-1 to begin things Here on Hankins. Koger with a pitch. Chopped here to the first base side. Tomey on the Chambers, and that will complete the deal. 3-4 putout for out number 3. So again, the only little blemish right there was the solo shot by McRoby that gets Tri on the board. 1-0. 1 run, a hit, no errors, nobody left on. To the bottom half of the second we go. Tri 1, Wapahani 0 here on the WHS Network. All right, welcome back here, softball fans. The bottom half of the second inning here on the WHS Network. Center fielder number 4, Claire Merle, will step in and lead things off here for the Lady Raiders here in the home half of the second inning. And she will watch that one drop in there for called strike 1. Again, hope all of you had a wonderful Wednesday so far, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the broadcast. Again, for those of you tuning in for the very first time, we want to say welcome. And thank you for spending your evening here with us. Again, I'm play-by-play broadcaster Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me, cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. 0-2 is the count here on Claire Merle. Looking to get a board right here, and that pitch upstairs for ball 1. Again, the Raiders had that leadoff hit there from Taylor Weller to begin the ball game, but unfortunately couldn't put anything across home plate. So hopefully the Raiders can change their fortunes this time around. And that pitch sails high. So an even count now of 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Claire Merle. Again, we have 5, 6, 7 hitters due up here in this bottom half of the second. The pitch gets Merle swinging for strike 3 for out number 1 here in the inning. And that's already now the 3rd strikeout and 5 batters here for Avery Dungan. So the left fielder Lily Kirkland now stands in. Also in there for a called strike. And Kirkland, one of about, 4 players in the starting lineup that are freshmen. We got really a great group coming up. You know, not that we have a bad group here now by any means, but I think that this team will only continue to get better from here on out the rest of the way for many years to come, as Kirkland will unfortunately strike out swinging for out number 2. So Dungan is mowing them over. 4 out of the last 5 batters have been sent down via the strikeout. So now that will bring up the catcher, number 23, Lindy Lovegrove. That pitch low. So 1-0 the count to begin things here on Lindy. I know she had I think she had a home run there in that Westdale game last Thursday. She put a charge into one right there. Man, about another 20 more feet. That would have been out of here. And I would have claimed that one Nonetheless, that will do it here for the home half, the second inning. As again, unfortunately, here the Raiders go quietly here. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. We'll head to the top of the third. 1-0 try here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here from beautiful Raider Field. 1-0 is your score here as we head to the top of the third inning, and we've got 8, 9, and 1 hitters due up here in the visiting half of the third inning here for the Tri-Titans. So we'll have the designated player, number 1, Grace Richardson, to lead things off. 0-1 the count. The pitch from Koger. Little nub shot there, and that will roll foul. And that was an excellent job right there by Koger and the rest of the Raiders with the way that had that spin on the ball, was just taking it back to the third base line, and they end up watching that one roll foul. So great job right there just in recognizing that and letting that roll foul right there to hopefully get a ground out right here. Smith on the Tomey. That will be in time. So job well done. Great defense there from Smith on the Tomey there on the other end. 5-3 put away. And with one out, it's going to bring up the center fielder, number 12, Ava Griffin. Then, again, following her, we'll be right back to the top of the order. So that pitch will miss for ball 1. It's one thing here so far. Koger has done a pretty darn good job of getting ahead of all of the hitters. It's not getting too far behind. To where she's putting herself in a little bit of a disadvantage. So it's extremely important from a pitching standpoint, whether it be softball or baseball. Get ahead early and kind of let them kind of put the monkey on their back, so to speak. So 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Ava Griffin. The pitch from Koger. Goodbye. So she will be sent down on strikes for the second out of the inning. That is now the third strikeout of the evening here for Zoe Koger. And with 2 down, again, to the top of the order we go here for Tri. It's going to be the catcher, number 21, Lila Williams. She fouled out to the first baseman there in the first inning. And that one will be fouled back here to the backstop area. 0-1 the count. That was... there was no net there. That possibly could have taken out Redbeard. Here's the 0-1 count. And that pitch low. Got a great crowd on hand here tonight. It's always great to see the support of all of our student athletes. So that pitch low and inside. 2 balls, 1 strike here on Lila Williams. Koger back here on the rubber. Wind up. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball. Deep left center field and off the base of the wall. Williams will make her way into second base with a 2-out double. So the second hit of the night for the Tri-Titans. goes there to Lila Williams. So she's now out at second base. The shortstop, number 4, Macy Ballard, now at the plate. Again, with a great opportunity here to put another run up on the board here if you try. Obviously, for Wapahani's sake, they're trying to do everything they can to keep that from happening. And again, only 2 runners have reached base so far. One was a home run, and now another one here with a double. As that pitch fouled off. 0-2 the count. Again, just a testament here to what Zoe's been doing so far. Keeping them off balance. She's gotten some ground ball outs, obviously some strikeouts. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball there in the center field. Merle heads back, and that will also be off the fence. So again, I'm not sure if Claire just didn't get a great read on that or what exactly happened. But nonetheless, they traded places, and that will make this now a 2-0 ball game. Third hit now of the night, and back-to-back 2-out doubles here for the Titans. So again, we'll have a mound visit here. Yet again, as I mentioned earlier, short memory. You got to put that behind you. Get the next batter. Can't worry about that young lady out there at second base.
Coming up to the plate is number 14.
You just got to make sure and attack the hitter right here and find a way to get it out. This game is far from over, so we've got to find a way to get outs and limit the damage here. Ground ball here. That's going to get by the second baseman in the right field, and that will score another run. So again, 2 runs here with 3 outs. That wasn't exactly a well-struck ball, but again, it was enough to get through the right side of the infield, and that's all that matters. So again, Dungan helps herself out right there. Again, Ballard scores. And I'm not sure what just happened right there. I couldn't tell if that ball hit the runner or if it just scooted off the glove there of Chambers. But I guess it scooted off the glove of Chambers because there was no dead ball call out there with the base runner to second base. So that will be an error there on Chambers, as that pitch will miss for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's in the dirt for ball 2. Again, McCroby, first time up, going to hit that solo shot. And again, Koger's been really quieting the bats until the last 4 batters. Things have unfortunately kind of went a little haywire here for Koger and the Raiders. But again, you're 1 out away from getting out of the inning. Fly ball there in the right center, and that will also be off the wall. 1 run will score, and the throw in the second will not be in time. And so that will be another double, the 5th hit. 4 consecutive here with 2 out.
Next up to bat is number 28.
Well, I guess I should say 4 of the last 5 batters have recorded a hit, because obviously the last one to get on was through an error. And again, 4-0 now, second and third, still 2 out. So 0-1 here on Jaden Dunaway. Here's the 0-1 offering. Called strike 2. And Dunaway struck out looking there in the second inning. Koger would love to have the same thing happen this time around. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, gone on strikes. But the Titans score 3 times with 2 out here in the top of the third inning, as they take now a 4-0 lead heading into the bottom half of the third inning, and they score 4 runs here on 4 hits, 3 runs on 4 hits, also an error, and 2 runners left on base. We will head here to the bottom half of the third. 4-0 try here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Raiders have got some work to do right here. Here's we'll begin the bottom half of the third inning with the right fielder, number 2, Kendall Carpenter, at the plate. And Kendall looking to get this Raider offense going right here. Aside from the leadoff hit there from Taylor Weller, we've been held silent since. And swung on and missed strike 3. So Dungan, again, you got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, she has just been mowing them down. That's now her 5th strikeout out of the 8 batters she's faced. Shoo. So now we have the second base, number 22, Lila Chambers. There's the 0-1. Popped up. Foul ground there on the first base side, out of play. So the count here, no balls, 2 strikes. Got to protect right here if you're Chambers. The windup and a pitch. That's going to miss inside. And a 1-2. Strike 3 looking for the second out here in the inning. So back to the top of the order here for Wapahani. This being the shortstop, number 10, Taylor Weller. Yet again, it sure would be nice if she can find her way aboard, and hopefully this will lead to great things. Unfortunately, well-struck ball. It was just right there to the right fielder. So, again, a very quick inning here for the Lady Raiders. So, after the line out there to the right fielder, the Raiders get no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Top of the 4th we go. Try 4, Wapahani 0 here on the WHS Network. All right, folks, again, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Again, had to cut the commercial break short again. It's tough to get some of the sponsorships in. I know with like Alfred Rods and Customs and Next to Elite Real Estate Realtor Austin Rich, their commercial, it's a little bit longer than everybody else's, and it's tough. It's tough to get these in because, especially with softball games, they're in and out of the dugout in 20 seconds, and they're ready to play, within about 40 seconds of the last pitch being thrown. So, it creates a little bit of a disadvantage for those of us here on the WHS Network trying to play commercials. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Strike three looking. Another big-time strikeout here by Zoe Koger.
Number 1, Grace Richardson.
So now it's going to bring up the designated player, number 1, Grace Richardson. So that's already 5 strikeouts here on the night for Zoe Koger. Ground ball first base side. Tomei corrals that and steps on the base for a quick out number 2. 3 unassisted as the official scoring for that. And that will now bring up the center fielder, number 12, Ava Griffin. Again, she was a strikeout victim back in the 3rd inning.
That's about number 12, Ava Griffin.
Here's the pitch from Koger. And that one's going to be bunted back here to the backstop. So 0-1 here on Ava Griffin. Again, she is the number 9 hitter in the order. Again, they had 8 batters hit last inning. One ball, one strike. Koger rocks back the pitch. That's going to be just a touch high. So the count here, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And strike 3 looking to end the inning. So a great inning of work here by Zoe Koger. Again, a pair of strikeouts, both looking here in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And nobody left here in the visiting half, the 4th here for the Titans. We'll step aside and we'll be back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Hi, I'm Austin Rich with Next Home Elite Real Estate. Our company's mantra has been and will always be humans over houses. For the last several years, we have been able to help people follow our mission statement, which is enriching lives by helping people find their next home. Next Home Elite Real Estate has premier real estate agents ready to assist you with commercial properties, new construction, residential homes, or investment properties, no matter if you are looking to purchase or to sell. We are skilled negotiators, tenacious marketers, and fearless advocates for our clients. We want them to feel the passion we have for what we do and the professionalism we exemplify while we do it. Our clients depend on us to have grit and determination when we represent them. We roll up our sleeves and get to work. Every interaction, every time.
All right, folks, again, welcome back here on the WHS Network. Bottom half of the 4th inning here from beautiful Raider Field. Third baseman, number 3, Kendall Smith, will lead things off here for the Lady Raiders here in the home half, the 4th inning, as that pitch inside there for ball number 1. Getting Kendall 0 for 1 so far here on the evening. Struck out swinging back there in the 1st inning. And we have 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up here for the Raider lineup in the home half, the 4th inning, as that pitch swung on and missed for strike 1. And the Raiders so far with only 1 hit here on the night. Again, that was by the leadoff hitter Taylor Weller there to begin the ball game. And so we would love to see a barrage of hits here from Wapahani and put some runs up on the board. Smith will come up empty this time for strike 3. So 1 down now in the inning. The pitcher, number 1, Zoe Koger, steps in. Again, Dungan, after that hit there from Weller, I don't know if that just honked her off or made her mad. I don't know what happened, but that young lady has been on a mission here tonight, folks. And, yet again, I fully believe, you do have to give credit where credit's due. And although we broadcast here for Wapahani, I think that it's only right and fair to compliment the other team as well. And Avery Dungan has just been quite the force on the rubber here tonight. Called strike 2 here on Koger. So again, now you got to protect 2 or 2 strikes and a little bit of a hole right here. And the 0-2 lined out of play. That was a well-struck ball there from Zoe. Again, just a touch late there on the swing, but still a hard-hit ball. If she can straighten that one out, that would look nice out there in the outfield. Here's the 0-2 once more. Ground ball here to the shortstop. Collects, throws on the first. Nice scoop right there. Not the greatest of throws, but the first baseman, again, that's their job, to make everybody else look better. And that was just a job well done. Again, get credit, but good job there by Zoe. Put the ball in play, try to make something happen. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out in our favor that time around. So 6-3 put out there for out number 2, the first baseman, number 56, Sydney Tomey at the plate. And in there for a called strike, 0-1. Here's the pitch. That will miss inside. Again, heard from our good buddy Colby. Informed me on the score tonight for the baseball team. The varsity team is playing at Frankton tonight, and they are currently in the top of the 3rd inning, and it is a scoreless game. Again, us and Frankton. I tell you what, that's always that's always a great game. I know those of you that have tuned into our broadcast through the years, or have came out to the games through the years, for sectionals and so on and so forth. When Frankton and LaPel was in our sectional, man, I tell you what, we had some doozies, some pretty great historic, legendary games, and so yeah, that should be a good one here tonight. Again, scoreless after 2 innings there between Frankton and Wapahani. Here's the 2-2. Ground ball right back up the middle, and then the pitcher fielded her position well. So again, Tomey, you put the ball in play, try to make something happen. Again, unfortunately, when the Raiders did that, nothing good still came of it, but at least, we're making an attempt right here and trying to put the bat on the ball. So 3 up, 3 down go the Raiders here in the home half of the 4th inning. 4-0 try after 4 innings of play here on the WHS Network.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
I'd like to take a second to acknowledge our sponsors for the Wapahani softball team: Air Park Door, Seth Stanley, Next Home Real Estate, Sydney Electric, Elite Print and Mail Solutions, Mancino's of Muncie, Keith Lambert Flooring, Boomtown Fireworks, and David and Lana Stanley. Thank you to the sponsors that help support this softball program and these young ladies.
All right, welcome back again here, ladies and gentlemen. Again, a top of the fifth inning here from beautiful Raider Field. Again, we do have a new pitcher on the mound here for Wapahani, and that is number 3, Kendall Smith. Again, Zoe Koger moved from the pitcher's mound to third base again, so it was just switching positions right there with Koger and Smith. Want to know the count to begin things here on the leadoff batter, the catcher, number 21, Lila Williams. There's the pitch from Smith in there for a called strike. And, it's good, to get other pitchers in there. Well, not saying that Koger was doing bad by any means. Look at that. Look at that snag there from Zoe. Well done. 5-3 put away.
First base.
But, no, as I was just mentioning right here, as Macy Ballard walks up to the plate here for try. It's good, to get other pitchers involved because obviously, this is Koger's last season. With being a senior, she's pretty much pitched really ever since her freshman year and has been somebody that the Raiders have heavily leaned on. And, so now, we've got to establish some other girls right here and let them show what they can do and hopefully build some confidence. And, you never know where that might lead us down the road, not only this year, but even in the next year and for many years to come. So, but I thought Zoe overall, you had, yes, that one bad inning there with the third, but, you got the first 2 batters out, and unfortunately things just kind of snowballed there a little bit. But still, I thought she pitched a good game. Had I'll take a look here at the strikeouts here in just a second. Here's a 2-1 ground ball here to the shortstop. Weller to first, not in time. So an error there on Weller. Puts a base runner at first base.
We have number 14, Avery Dungan.
So the pitcher, number 14, Avery Dungan, at the plate. So Koger had 6 strikeouts on the night. Again, went 4 innings, but ended up surrendering 4 runs. Gave up also 5 hits in that 4 innings pitched as well. But again, 6 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody. She went at the batters. That's what she's supposed to do. From a pitching standpoint, you're looking to go right at them. If they're going to hit the ball, then they're going to hit your best. And she went out there and challenged them, and really for the most part, yet again, I thought she pitched really well. Again, just had that brief hiccup there in the third inning. And unfortunately, things happen. Just some unfortunate luck. So again, another update here with the Raider baseball team. As that one be popped up down the third base side, and nice hustle there by Taylor Weller and Zoe Koger both. Couldn't get to that one in time. But again, a score update here with the Raider baseball team. They are up 1-0. Hayden James doubled to right field, and then Eli Andrews was hit by a pitch, and then Quentin James ends up scoring his brother Hayden. So 1-0 there in that one, as the base runner will take second base. 2 balls and 2 strikes, so that kind of takes the double play out of the order. Smith back on the rubber. Looks in there to Lovegrove, the pitch, and lined right by the third baseman. Kirkland will get it in quickly, and there will be no play at either base, as a run does come on home to score to make this a 5-0 lead for the Titans.
Next up to bat, we have number 3, Riley Matthews.
So Dungan keeps on hitting. Now a 2 for 3 night here for her. Again, Ballard ended up scoring there. Again, she reached base on that error, so that unfortunately came back to bite the Raiders. Ground ball, another nice snag by Koger, and she will tag out the base runner at third. And a great job right there. Again, not trying to be mean, that definitely was poor base running. If the ball is hit in front of you, you never take off to the next base. You stay where you're at because, again, you run into an out right there, and that's kind of bad for everybody. But great job there by Koger. Throw down to second will not be in time. So a stolen base there, 0-1 the count. So now 1-1 the count, and that runner now moves up to third base. Getting 2 down here in the inning. Got to find a way to get it out right here, right now. Called strike 2. Again, McRoby has been on base both times she's hit here tonight. Had that solo shot there in the second inning, and then an RBI double there in the third. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball, that's going to be chopped foul to the third base side. Smith here with the 1-2. Gets her swinging for strike 3. Man, that was a thing of beauty. So that will end the inning right there, again via the strikeout. Smith will get her first one here tonight. And the Titans score 1 run here on a hit, also an error, and 1 runner left on base. We'll head here to the bottom half of the 5th inning, try 5, Wapahani 0, here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Some see a wrestling match. We see a 6-minute lesson in grit. Some see a coach sending a runner home. We see a mentor guiding a student athlete into the future. Some see a volleyball match. We see a student athlete learning how to be poised under pressure. Some see a high school football stadium. We see the one place where the whole community comes together. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, welcome back here. Bottom half of the 5th inning here for your Lady Raiders. Center fielder number 4, Claire Merle, will lead things off. 0-1 the count to begin things here on Claire. And bunted foul. Not a bad idea right there. And that was almost a well-placed bunt right there from Merle. So quickly in the hole here at no balls and 2 strikes. And the third baseman playing about 6 to 7 feet in. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 3 for out number 1 here in the inning. So with one out, that will bring to the plate the left fielder, number 15, Lily Kirkland.
At the plate, we have number 15, Lily Kirkland.
Kirkland 0 for 1 so far here on the evening. Struck out swinging in the second inning. We're going to change her fortunes this time around, as that pitch will be fouled off. 0-1. The 0-1 pitch here from Dungan. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. The pitch. Muscled that one there to the right side. Foul. Another update here again with the Raiders at the end of the third inning. Wapahani leads Frankton 1-0. Heading into the fourth. And big thanks there again to Colby Blanche for keeping us updated there on the ball game. Unfortunately, we're not able to be two places at once. So again, the count remains at 0-2. Again, Kirkland trying to stay alive right here, as the old disco song would go. There's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strikeouts for the second out here in the inning. And now that's going to bring up the catcher, number 23, Lindy Lovegrove. Lovegrove flew out to the right fielder in the second inning. The pitch from Dungan. That will miss low and inside for ball 1. Following Lovegrove will be Kendall Carpenter and then Lila Chambers. 1 ball, no strikes. Dungan gets her signs, and the pitch. That's going to be lined foul and out of play. Again, the Raider baseball team also in action tomorrow night when they travel to Eastern Hancock. That'll be an MEC matchup there with the Royals. You can see your Lady Raiders back in action also tomorrow night at Eastern Hancock as well. So a baseball, softball doubleheader at Eastern Hancock tomorrow night. Again, both games starting at 5:30 p.m. Again, there will be no coverage from our side of things tomorrow night. The pitch, low and in for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Deuces are wild. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, and that's going to get through the right side of the infield. That's a nice piece of hitting there by Lovegrove. Really a great at bat. Truly was. So Lovegrove will get, she'll record the second hit of the day here for Wapahani. And we will have a courtesy runner, and that will be number 7, Emily Manning. So Manning will come on the run for Lovegrove. Again, Lindy will need to get her catcher's gear back on. So that's rather running for her. A pitch low and in here on Lady Raider right fielder number 2, Kendall Carpenter. There's the 1-0. Popped up. Shallow right field. That's going to get down. And that will be a hit. Nicely done again. Back-to-back hits here for the Lady Raiders. Got something cooking right here. So Manning at second, Carpenter at first, and a second baseman, number 22, Lila Chambers at the plate. Again, here with a golden opportunity to find a way to put the bat on the ball right here and find some open real estate out there in the outfield. That swung on and missed. Nothing, and won the count here on Chambers. Again, back-to-back hits here with 2 out in the inning. Ground ball, third base side will roll foul. So Chambers quickly in the hole here at no balls and 2 strikes. You know, yet again, you got to have the mindset of no matter what, it doesn't make a difference if I have 2 strikes or not. I've got to find a way to put the ball in play somewhere. Try to make something happen. Fouls that one off. So Chambers will stay alive here in the at-bat. 0-2. And the pitch. Another one fouled off. So Lila trying to battle right here with 2 strikes. Trying to find a way to keep this inning moving here in the right direction for the Raiders. And obviously, we've got some work to do right here, but we've got to start somewhere. Here's the 0-2. Ground ball. That's going to get through the right side of the infield. Misplayed by the right fielder, and that will be an RBI single for Lila Chambers. Oh, heck yes.
RBI single for Lila Chambers.
Nicely done. Again, battled with 2 strikes. Didn't give up in the at-bat. And that was a job well done by Lila Chambers.
Number 10.
Excellent.
Taylor Weller.
So 3 consecutive hits. Again, Carpenter now at third. Chambers at first, and now we've got the top of the order up. That's shortstop number 10, Taylor Weller, at the plate. That pitch low and in for ball 1. And, oh, wow. That ball was tattooed right there by Weller. And unfortunately, the shortstop just stuck her hand up in the air and said, look what I found. But the Raiders, how about that? 3 consecutive hits. They do get a run up on the board, so they will not be shut out tonight. 5-1 is your score at the end of 5 innings. We'll step aside, and we'll be back here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
All right, folks, welcome back here with our Alfred Rodson Customs game break. 5-1's your score. Again, the Titans at the plate. We'll start things off here with the third baseman, number 28, Jaden Dunaway. Again, Kendall Smith here in her second inning of work for Wapahani, as it's quickly 1-0 here on Dunaway. The pitch swung on and coming up empty on that one. Dunaway 0 for 2 on the night. Struck out looking in the second and then struck out swinging in the third. Here's the 1-1. Catches the outside corner. Nice framework too there by Lovegrove. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch gets her swinging for strike 3. The throw down to first will be in time for out number 1. So great job there by Kendall. Getting a good, quick early out right here. Hopefully get this inning quickly and get the Raiders back in there to hit. Started stringing some hits together there in that bottom half of the 5th inning. So you got to strike while the iron's hot. That one chopped foul there behind home plate. So 0-1 the count here on the Titans right fielder number 2, Ava Hankins. She is 0 for 2 on the evening. Grounded out to the first baseman in the 2nd inning, and then struck out looking back in the 4th. And that one chopped foul. It ended up being or deflecting off of Hankins, but she was still in the batter's box. So again, just a dead ball. And the strike there for now, 0-2. Another Raider baseball update. Heading now to the top of the 5th inning. Again, Wapahani still up 1-0. Again, Jarek Longfellow is the man on the mound here tonight for Wapahani. His brother Brant really pitched a darn good game last night. Again, you have 4 games now the rest of the week, including tonight. That could be a little taxing on a pitching staff, so it's going to be important for our starters to really have some length and hopefully pitch gems of games. 1-2. That's slowing in for ball 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. That will just miss for ball 3. So after starting things off at 0-2, Hankins has ran at full. The payoff pitch, and that is laced right back up the middle. It's a good piece of hitting right there by Hankins. So she's on down there at first base. 7th of the night now for try. And now we'll have the
Jesse Hamilton.
Okay, so the designated player will not be hitting. It will actually be the left fielder number 18, Jesse Hamilton, hitting for herself this time around. So again, 1 on and 1 out. Here in the top 6, the pitch from Smith. Shows bunt, gets the bat back in time, 1-0. One ball and a strike. Here on Jesse Hamilton. Again, shows bunt. And again, that pitch sails high and wide. Two and 0, very favorable count here for Hamilton. Shows bunt, she offered at that one and came up empty. So the count now stands at 2 balls and 1 strike. Kendall Smith rocks back the pitch. Strike 2. So some opportunities right here, and Hamilton has thankfully come up empty here for Wapahani's sake. I just got to get one more right here. The pitch high for ball 3. So another full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 on, 1 out. The pitch. It's going to sail upstairs there for ball 4. That is the first walk of the day issued here by Wapahani pitching. Again, shows bunt there by Ava Griffin, but again, some of these pitches now really starting to sail high. Again, had quite a few of them there in that last at bat there with Hamilton. And so Lovegrove's going to come out and have a little chat. Just kind of clear mind a little bit here for Smith. Take a deep breath. I mean, obviously it's not like she's attempting to throw pitches up and away. It just, sometimes, again, the way that the ball comes out of the hand. And got to stay composed and find a way to get these next 2 outs without nothing crossing home plate. Throw to third, not in time. So a delayed steal. And now a double steal as base runner will take second base. So a ball and a strike and a double steal. Here's the 1-1. Gets the bunt down. Throw on the first in time, but a run does come home to score. Again, right there in that situation, again, you just take your out and move on down the line.
That's a bat. Top of the batting order, number 21. Ida Williams.
So Lila Williams now at the plate. Top of the order here for the Titans. Catches the outside corner as Smith painting the black on that one. So 0-1. The pitch outside for ball 1. Again, 6 runs, 7 hits, no errors so far for the Tri-Titans here for your Wapahani Raiders. 1 run on 4 hits, 2 errors. Here's the 1-1 offering. Popped up there in the center field. Merle's there to make the catch there for the third and final out of the inning. So, again, all in all, things could have been a lot worse right there. And Smith was able to find her way out of trouble. Great composure right there and finding a way out of that right there to end the inning. So, again, a run here on 1 hit. Also no errors and 1 runner left on base. We'll head here to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And again, it's the Tri-Titans 6, your Wapahani Raiders 1. You're on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back here with our bottom half of the 6th inning here live on the WHS Network. Again, we thank you all for spending your Wednesday evening here with us as the Raiders look to establish a comeback as we're down 6-1 here heading into the bottom half of the 6th inning. And we're going to lead things off here with our pitcher, number 3, Kendall Smith. 0 for 2 so far here on the evening. A pair of strikeouts. And that ball fouled off down the first base line. So that will even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike here on Kendall. We've got 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here in the home half of the sixth. Dungan here with the 1-1 delivery. Chopped here to the shortstop on the first in time. But yet again, and I know, some people might say, yeah, but she grounded out. We're putting the ball in play. We're trying to make something happen. You never know what's going to happen if you strike out. So good things can happen when you put the ball in play. And, even though it might not necessarily, result in a hit, eventually it will. It might not necessarily in that, exact circumstance right there. Is Koger, you got to hit one all the way to the outfield fence there down the left field line, but unfortunately it went foul. So 0-1 the count here on Koger. Swung on and came up empty that time around. 0-2 the count. Dungan rocks back the pitch. That's outside by just a touch right there for ball number 1. So Koger steps back in. Dungan back on the rubber. Gets her signs and the 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one back to the backstop area. Still the count here at 1-2. That sails high and away to now run the count to an even 2 balls and 2 strikes. And now we'll have a mound visit. And you know what? While we have a moment, we would like to thank some of our sponsors here this evening. Again, we can't do what we do without them. Again, a big thanks there to Next Home Elite Real Estate Hometown Realtor Courtney Felton. Great teams win with heart, hustle, communication, and trust. And those are some great values that Next Home Elite Real Estate Hometown Realtor Courtney Felton brings to every real estate move. Whether you're buying or selling, she is there to use her local roots to meet your real estate needs every step of the way. Give Courtney Felton a call at 765-748-6334 for all of your real estate needs. Again, that's all of our sponsors. We sure do appreciate all of them. Again, they do a lot for us, and we just want to recognize them as much as we possibly can. So again, Koger will go down on strikes for the second out here in the inning after the mound visit. And now the first baseman, number 56, Sydney Tomey at the plate. So 0-1 the count here on Tomey. So 1 ball and 1 strike here on Tomey. And 2 out, nobody on here in the 6th. Called strike 2. So now we battle here with 2 strikes. Popped up first base side, and that will get out of play. Now the 1-2. Another one fouled back. One ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Dungan. And that is going to get by the third baseman. End up being off the third base bag, I believe. So a hit right there for Sydney Tomey. 5th hit of the night here for Wapahani. And maybe have a little two-out magic again here. So great job there by Tomei again, lengthening the at-bat right there by fouling pitches off, making Dungan work. And we will have a courtesy runner. And that will, in fact, be number 7, Emily Manning. So great job there by Sydney Tomei.
Courtesy runner, number 7, Emily Manning.
Getting now the 5th hit of the night here for the Raiders. Swung on and missed nothing and won the count here on the center fielder, Claire Merle. Again, Claire looking to keep the line moving here for the Lady Raiders. That pitch, you see, in there for a called strike. So 0-2. And Claire's got a battle with 2 strikes right here. The pitch, that's upstairs for ball 1. So the count here, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Emily Manning down at first base with 2 away. The pitch, that one will be fouled back. So pitch number 5 upcoming of this plate appearance for Merle. And popped up in the infield, the pitcher there to make the catch for the 3rd and final out of the inning. But again, the Raiders do get a hit here in the home half, the 6th inning, as they get no runs on a hit, also no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We'll head to the top of the 7th. Again, the Tri-Titans 6 here, Wapahani Raiders 1.
A licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
All right, again, welcome back here with our Alfred Rods and Customs game break. 6-1 is your score heading into the top of the 7th inning. Again, we want to thank you all for tuning in. Again, tonight's game, as always, as I mentioned earlier, presented here by Dr. Kurt J. Wolf, DDSPC, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. As we get the 7th inning underway. So the shortstop, number 4, Macy Ballard at the plate. Again, 2, 3, 4 hitters due up here for the Titans here in the visiting half of the 7th inning. Ground ball here to the first base side. And foul is the call. Again, we do have a new first baseman now in the ball game. That is number 7, Emily Manning, taking over for Sydney Tomei. Nothing in 2, the pitch. Fly ball there in the left field. Kirkland right there for the catch for out number 1 of the inning.
Great catch.
Nicely done there by Kirkland.
Lily Kirkland, number 15.
So with 1 down, now the pitcher, number 14, Avery Dungan. She's done it on the mound and with the bat as well. Couple of hits, also some RBIs, couple RBIs here on the night. Had a single back in the 3rd that scored a run, and then a RBI double in the 5th. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that was skipped in there and hit the batter, so Dungan will make her way on down to first base. on the hit by pitch.
Coming to the plate. We have number 3, Rylan Matthews.
So the first baseman, number 3, Rylan Matthews, will step in. Currently 0 for 3 on today. Struck out looking back in the second inning. Reached base on an error in the third. And then grounded out in a fielder's choice play to the third baseman. That was back in the 5th inning. So 0-1 the count here on Matthews. Again, ideally right here, love to roll up a double play. It doesn't happen really necessarily all that often. How about that? 1, 6, 3. Oh, darn near had that one. But again, we got half of it. We'll take that all day, every day. One's better than none.
Great play.
So 2 down here in the inning.
Up to the plate, we have number 17, Faith McCroby.
So Matthews now at first. The second baseman, number 17, Faith McCroby at the plate. And that will be a foul ball to the third base side, 0-1. Again, McCroby has a pair of hits, had that solo homer to start the scoring there for the Titans. That was all the way back in the second inning. And then also collected a RBI double back in the third. Chopped near the first base side off the glove there of Manning and unable to, oh no. The error on the throw will now score 1 run. So 7-1 now the score. Again, the runner does move up to second base.
Number 28, Jaden Dunaway.
Again, we're going to credit that one a hit. Again, a tough play there for Manning. She did have to go to her right there, about 3 or 4 steps at least to try to get to that one. Going to be a tough play either way. But then again, you had the error on the throw, end up scoring a run. Just unfortunate timing right there. So 1-0 to count to begin things here on third baseman Jaden Dunaway. Again, 2 away, 1 more out to get. The pitch here from Smith. That will be low for ball 2. Again, 1-0 still the score there with the Raider baseball team. Just got the latest update. Throw down to third will not be in time. So a stolen base for McCroby. Three balls, no strikes. The pitch in there for a called strike. And Dunaway 0 for 3 tonight with 3 strikeouts. So she's staring at the golden sombrero right here. And ends up working a walk. For those of you that don't know that terminology, they say the golden sombrero is 4 strikeouts. And thankfully there for her, she drew a walk. So she's down at first base. Again, runners on the corners. McCroby at third, Dunaway at first. Right fielder number 2, Ava Hankins at the plate. And that's going to be a double steal to plate another run. So 0-1 the count here on Hankins. No balls, 2 strikes. Again, 8-1 is the score after that double steal of second and then home after the throw. And the 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, and that will end the inning. But again, a couple of opportunities here by the Tri-High Titans. Luckily there for them, they did get a run, or 2 runs, excuse me. But from Wapahani's standpoint, again, just it's tough. Some of the defense came back to bite us there, unfortunately. And nonetheless, we're down 8-1, heading to the bottom half of the 7th inning. So got to keep getting after it right here. Fight to the very last out. We'll step aside. We'll be back here with your bottom half of the 7th inning here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network.
The moments we live for, we celebrate, we must protect. This is what the IHSAA Foundation does every day. By providing scholarships to student athletes, developing coaches and athletic directors, recruiting and retaining high school officials, and awarding grants to IHSAA member schools, we can protect the future of high school sports for the next generation of Hoosiers. Will you join us? We need your help on our team. Donate today at ihsaafoundation.org.
All right, welcome back here, folks. The last of the 7th inning here tonight, as the Raiders, again, with some work to do. Going to lead things off here with the Raider left fielder, number 15, Lily Kirkland. 0-1 the count, again, as that pitch was fouled back. One ball, 1 strike. Ground ball, that's going to get through the left side of the infield. So a fine piece of hitting there by Lily Kirkland. That will be the 6th hit of the night now for the Raiders. So Kirkland down at first base to lead off this bottom half of the 7th inning. And now the catcher, number 23, Lindy Lovegrove, will stand in. And that will miss inside for ball 1. Want to know the count here on Lovegrove. Kirkland over at first. Here's the 1-0 offering. 2-0. And following Lovegrove, we'll have Kendall Carpenter, and then Lila Chambers, and then the top of the order. Fly ball there in the left center. That will get down and by the center fielder. Kirkland on her way to third. And that will be a double here for Lindy Lovegrove. Heck yes. The Raiders, again, keep on fighting right here. And that's what you like to see here from a coaching standpoint. Seeing these girls continue to work hard, continue to battle, even though the back is against the wall right now. They don't care about that. The only thing they care about is finding a way to come back in this ball game. It's definitely a tall task, but hey, anything's possible. You start stringing hits together, those lead the runs, hopefully. So 0-1 the count here on Carpenter. Slow roller there to third base. Kirkland will take off there for home, and she will score. So the Raiders do play to run. Again, the courtesy runner, Emma Bailey, out there. I believe that is Emma Bailey.
Number 22, Lila Chambers.
I'm not real sure, to be honest with you. we'll try to figure that out, who the courtesy runner is out there at second base here for your Raiders. So 0-1 the count here on Chambers. All right, so 0-1, now 1-1 the count here on Chambers. And so the field umpire is calling batter interference. That is quite shocking that the home plate umpire didn't make that call, considering he was about 4 feet from the action. But the field umpire is the one that's seen it, and so if he's seen it, then it is what it is. Really can't do much about it. So, okay, well, 2 down now in the inning. So Chambers is out.
Number 10, Taylor Well, come out for the plate.
So we'll have top of the order here. Shortstop number 10, Taylor Weller, at the plate. Again, I honestly did not see it. I was paying attention to the potential throw to third base. And so I don't know. They said, I think the field umpire said that Lila had, I don't know if she dragged her bat and potentially touched the ball, or if she dragged the bat and then basically made it more difficult on the catcher to get through to get to the ball. I'm not sure. Ground out here, and safe as the call, and then out at home plate. So a base hit, and then unfortunately cut down at home, and that will do it here for the ball game tonight. So that will be a 6-3-2
Final score, Titans 8.
for the third out here of the ball game. So again, your final score here this evening: Tri 8, Wapahani 2. Stick around. We'll have our Raiders Live postgame show here on your home of the Raiders, the WHS Network. Jackson digs it out. Hunzinger with a setup to Rivers. Rivers delivers. Over to the corner to Baker on the way from downtown. There's Baker right there with the rainmaker. Drives, finds Camden Bell. Right wing three is up. And good. Yes. Camden Bell making a rain, baby. Harold for battling in this bat so far. The 1-2 pitch. Gets her swinging for strike three. A job well done by Zoe Koger. Getting the strikeout for out 3-1. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the left center field. And gone! Quentin James with a big fly of his own. A 2-run shot. All right, folks, welcome back here with our Raiders Live postgame show, again presented by Alfred Rods and Customs, a proud sponsor of us here on the WHS Network. 8-2, your final score here this evening. Just a tough one here for Wapahani here tonight. We had some opportunities, especially these last couple of innings, to put even more runs up on the board. It just didn't necessarily come to fruition, but these girls kept fighting, kept clawing, trying to do everything they can. I mean, you look there, offensively, we had 8 hits, same amount that Tri did. They just executed a little bit better than what we did. And, that's a part of the game. And but these girls, again, get better, move on to the next one. And speaking of which, that next game will be tomorrow night at Eastern Hancock. Again, that will be a boys and girls doubleheader over there, essentially. The boys and girls both play Eastern Hancock tomorrow night on the road at 5:30 p.m. So I hope you all can travel on over there to Eastern Hancock to root on the Lady Raiders and the Raider baseball team there tomorrow evening. Again, our next broadcast, I believe, will be, next week, the 21st, for Lady Raider softball. That will be at home here against Randolph Southern. So that will be the next time you hear from us. Again, we want to thank everyone for tuning in here tonight. Again, a big thanks to all of our sponsors. Again, we can't do what we do without you guys. So again, also a big thanks. I didn't get to mention them earlier, but Henry Community Health, Director of Sports Medicine, Tony Cox, and all the rest of our sponsors. Again, we sure do appreciate them, and we appreciate all of you for joining us here tonight. Again, final score, the Tri-Titans 8, your Wapahani Raiders 2. Again, the Lady Raiders now fall to 0-5 on the season and look to claim their first victory tomorrow night at Eastern Hancock. So again, we thank